Hello student, welcome to my class of Python for class 11th. Okay, in this lecture we'll understand how to download Python and install it. So to start it, so we have to go to its official site. I'm going to say Python official site, that is http www.pythonorg.downloads. okay, so what you have to do, students, so you have to open a web browser. That may be a Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, Mozilla Firefox, whatever you have. Then after that you have to click on this link or type this link or click on this link, whatever I given you to the description. Okay, after clicking this type of website will open in front of you. This is official website of Python site, and then after that you have to click on this particular yellow button. Can you see this yellow button and this download Python written there along with its version? Okay, so doesn't matter which type of version you are using, so you have to just select double click on it. It will start download. After completing download, okay, a file python.exe will be in your download tab, and double click on it, and then after that install it by simply pressing next and next, okay, button till the finish in counts. So after completing this one thing, you will see this type of software will be installed in your computer. So you have to press the start button and type simply Python. Okay, so you can see there are two options available here, that is IDLE GUI and command line. Can you see that, student? Okay, so we are talking about GUI graphical user interface. Okay, so student, this particular is shell mode, is shell mode or console mode, we can say that. Okay, or interactive mode, in which whatever you are going to type, it will directly prints you output. Okay, gives you the output. Okay, but the drawback of this particular interface is that whatever you are going to just type the say command, it never going to be stored in a computer. Okay, so whenever you are going to close this application, suppose that if I'm going to close this application and I'm just again opening this one thing like Python, same mode, so the data has been gone. Can you see that, student? To overcome this problem, there is another one way, that is by script mode. Okay, script mode actually provide you the facility to save your code for further use also. Okay, and whenever you want to use that particular code or want to access or read or learn the code, you can open it. So here we are going to understand, okay, how to work with Python. So first program, as I'm giving you this one thing, hello world. So to do that, here is a print is a command. So you can see it is turned in orange color, that means it is a keyword. So student, we have learned what is keyword in earlier video. So here I can pass the print command. Okay, I'm say inside this one thing I have to pass a string. I'm to say character sequence of characters. We will talk about later it in data types. So you can understand, hi, this is my first program of Python. Okay, student, so this is the first way to enter the string as in the form of output. So let's see what will happen, student. So I have to just go to run option, and then after that F5 button you can press directly. It will ask, do you want to save it? Because if it is first time, so save it. So you can just type first. Okay, so here is ideally integrated development environment, so it will automatically add the .py extension automatically. If you want, you can add also, otherwise you do not use the Python extension, so it will be automatically do that. After doing that one thing, this will print the output in a shell mode, I am to say console. Okay, so here is, hi, this is my first program of Python. Now the next one thing, I am doing the same thing with double quote. Okay, so pressing double quote, okay, by pressing shift and double quote, and I'm just copying this button, particular one thing. So what will happen, let's see, copy and then paste it, and then after that F5 button directly press OK. It will not ask you again. So you can see the both things are same. The another one, third one thing, I will do one thing, triple quote. So triple quote means 3 times single quote. Okay, and then I will paste the particular thing, string, and then after that F5 button. So now you can see 3 line has come, but there is no changes. Okay, student, so in this particular exercise we have learned how to print the characters. I am to say string, I am to say message to the console, I am to say the particular output screen. Okay, and there are different way to pass, I am to say provide the content to the output as a print function. Okay, now let's come back to the our previous this one thing session, that is comment. In last video I have teach you what is comment. Okay, so actually comment are useful for to understand the code better. Okay, it is not affect the output or the logic of the program, but it is well enhance the well understanding of a program. Suppose that if you are a programmer and you are going to perform a work, I'm to say you are working on a project, at least it will take 2-3 months, at least 1 year, whatever. Okay, according to that you will have a rest between the time. Okay, and whenever you are going to open that particular program, I'm to say project, after few months or hours, or you can say that month, you do not understand what you have done earlier time. So if you want to read through what I'm to say, you can't read all the content, I'm to say code or program to once again. You to do that, I'm to say to overcome this problem, you have to write the comment what you have done in that particular code. Okay, so I will show you, okay, how to add the comment. So here comment always start with the help of hash. Okay, or you can start the comment by triple quote also. Okay, so there are two type of comment, single line comment and multi-line comment. Okay, single line comment always contain hash, multi-line comment, okay, that may contain multiple lines which can start with the help of triple quote. So let's see how to do that. Okay, so I'm going to do one thing, I am to minimize this one thing, and we need to go to come this particular program again. So I'm going to add a comment. So comment can you place anywhere in the program, so do not worry about that. So I'm going to place here comment, a program for Python print function. Okay, so it means to say you will understand you are going to create a program, okay, for a Python function for what? So print function. So by that, if I am going to run it, so let's see what will happen. Nothing will happen, the output has come in same manner like earlier, but comment are never going to print or affect the program, as I said to you students. Now we are going to add a multiple line comments. So how to do that? So to do that I have to just use a triple quote. Okay, simply I have used here a program for Python print method or function, okay, accepting multiple string as content within single, double and a triple quote. Okay student, now I have to close the triple quote same way. Okay student, so student you can see I have created this particular comment starting with single 3 times single quote, 3 times single quote close, and this within this I have enter. So now run it, and now see output has come, but there is no effect of any kind of comment. Okay student, now we are going to do another one program. I am to say we have understand what is comment. Now we are going to next one part, that is expression. Okay, so student we have to understand what is expression. Student, expression actually a form of formula or sequence, okay, which is valid for the program. So here you can see that in this scenario 1 plus 4, here is asterisk means into 3. So this is a mathematical some kind of formula or some kind of expression, we can say that. Okay, so this will be finalized, solve the problem. Okay, so this is known as expression. So expression are different type, okay, according to data type we will discuss in later, but we have to understand what is expression. Okay, so expression is a data value or set operate to compute a value. Simple way, it is a particular operation to compute a simple value. Okay, it may be for example quadratic equations, okay, in mathematics. Okay, this is also termed as a expression. Same way here we are talking about a simple expression. Okay student, so here you can see student, here is 1 plus 4 into 3 will not be a 42. Okay, so there is certain rules by which we can understand which one will solve first and then after that. So this one thing, arithmetic operator we will use. Okay, so arithmetic operator, as I teach in an earlier video. So what are these? These are plus, minus, I'm to say addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, floor division, modulus. Okay, this is known as percentage in normal word. So here addition, subtraction. Okay, negation, we can say that negation means subtraction is also known as negation of some time. Multiplication, division. Here is modulus. Modulus like remainder, I am say not percentage, remainder. Okay, it count the remainder. Here is exponent, that is power. 2 double star 2, that means power. Okay, so we will do the practically. Okay, now we will talk about its percentage and precedence. So before doing that one thing, I will do one thing. I will open a Python shell again. Okay, so here if I am going to perform, that is model operation like 1 plus 3, it will be definitely 4, because here is plus is addition. Now subtraction, 3 minus 2 equals to 1, definitely it will subtract, because we have done in earlier classes also, in like primary classes and 6, 7, 8 classes. Then after that we are going to understand what is the meaning of asterisk. So here 3 star 2, that means to say 2 multiplied by 3, so here 6. Okay student, now we are talking about modulus. So here is modulus. First of all, I will tell you what is division operator. So it will print 1, because 3 upon 2, that means 1.5. so always division operator will store the value of quotient, not the remainder. Okay, so same here, if I am going to use this one thing modulus 2, this one be again 1. Okay, because remainder is going to be 1. Okay student, now next one thing we are going to talk about the its precedence. Okay, that is order in which the operation are going to be performed. So here you can see that in this particular way, 3 plus 1 into 4 is 13. So let's see what will happen. So here 3 plus 1 into, if I am not wrong, here is 1 plus 3. Okay, so here 1 plus 3 into 4. So what will the answer? 13. So how it is possible? Simply it is multiply 3 into 4, then after that plus 1. So here in mathematics we have learned about the BODMAS rule. Okay, according to same, here is also going to forward. So you can see that star, divide, modulus, exponent, this means thing double star having higher precedence as compared to the plus and minus. So that's why it will be 13. So now this one thing, parenthesis can be used for the certain order evaluation. Okay, so we are talking the same thing. If I am providing parenthesis, okay, star 4, so what will happen? It will force to perform the operation of this particular bracket first, then after that outer one. So this time will be 16 as per according to BODMAS. Bracket will first and then multiply whatever will the next. Okay student, so we have understand how to perform the expression. Next one thing we will understand rule for Python variables. Okay student, so first of all we have to understand what is variable. Variable actually a name given to the computer, okay, to store a value. Okay, value means literal. So here according to this one thing, a variable name must be start with a letter. So here are some naming rules or the variable notation. Okay, in the syllabus it is written there, notation of the variables. So it is also termed as naming rule for the Python variables. So first one thing, a variable name must be start with a letter or the underscore character. So let's say student, some valid variable are ABC or AB, A123 or underscore ABC. So let's do it practically students. So here I am going to create a variable, suppose that ABC, that is capital letter, containing some value. Okay, so this is variable. If I am going to print its value, simply I have to type ABC, it will return me 45. Okay student, now after that if I am going to create another variable which may be a small, that is ABC equals to 90. So now you can say that ABC will print 90. Okay, so now let's see what will be ABC. Here is 45 and ABC here is 90. Both ABC looks like same, but they are differ as per according to the Python interpreter. Why? Because Python is highly case sensitive language. It means to say it understands the difference between capital ABC and small abc. Even the spelling is same, but their case, I want to say, capital letter, uppercase or lowercase are different. Okay, now we are talking about its another one part. This one thing, it can be start with the help of underscore also. So here underscore, suppose that ABC. Okay, now I am going to put the value like this one thing. So here you can see student, ABC, okay, is showing me the answer. Can you see student? Good. So we are going to just open Python again. So we have understand student first naming rule, that is a variable can contain a letter or underscore. Okay, so it means to say a letter contain. Okay, so suppose that if I'm going to create this type of variable 7A90, so this will be error because a variable do not start, okay, with number first. It will be always alphanumeric. It means to say alphabet will come first. For example 7A, okay, oh sorry, A7, then it will be considered as a valid variable. Okay student, yes, here second rule, a variable name must not be start with the number. The next one thing, a variable cannot have same name as a reserved word, okay, or keyword. Okay, so we will talk about that one thing. What are the reserved word? Reserved word actually a word which are having the meaning and purpose for the programming language. Okay, for example here I am to talk about int. You can see that int turned in a purple color. Okay, so that means it is a type of a keyword. Okay, that may be some type of keyword. I have teach you in earlier video. There are 32 types of keywords are there, like def, okay, int, continue, okay, break. So we can't make such type of variable. So here we can't so here you can say def equals to 90, it will be error because here is def is a keyword. Okay student, same here, break equals to whatever, so it will be also error because it is a keyword. Can you see that? Good. So whatever in yellow color, it will consider as a keyword. Okay, so a keyword do not use as a variable name. Okay, so next one thing, a variable name can only contain a alphanumeric character and underscore. Okay student, so let's do it practically student. A variable name contain the alphanumeric, okay, we have practiced that one thing, alphanumeric, and some underscore also. So this is valid. Okay student, now if I'm going to use hyphen, comma, something else, what will happen? Look at here, A1 comma C equals to 90. So it is not valid variable type. Why? Because this is a comma. Except the underscore, we can't use anything symbol here, any symbol here, okay, in this particular way. Okay student, now variable name are case sensitive. Age and age are three different variables. So now we have to just open the Python GUI mode as shell mode again. Okay, now we can consider the example. Okay, what if I will print a variable that is not defined? So it will show me the y is not defined. So how to define a variable? While you are defining a variable, along with that you have to put some value, okay, that may be a number or whatever. So that means define, and after that you can print it. Okay student, suppose that I am going to print a variable as j, so it will be error because j is not defined. To define it, I have to use equal sign. Okay, j equal sign, whatever the variable, equal sign, then after that value, it's up to us which type of value we are going to provide inside that. Okay, so now simply we are using some numbers, okay, like the mathematics. So now you can see that j has printed. I am to say j variable is identified by the printer, that is Python interpreter. Now next one thing we have to understand, this one thing, assignment and easier way. Okay, so student, what is assignment? Okay, assignment actually a way by which we can store the value to a variable. Okay, so now we are going to do the same one thing. So I am going to open the Python it again in shell mode because I do not want to save it for further purpose. I am just here for teaching here. So suppose that we are having a variable, okay, like x, okay, and suppose that y, okay. So what we are going to do, first of all, that x equals to y equals to 0. Okay student, this is possible. Why it is possible? Because this is known as multiple assignment with single value. Can you see that 0 is assigned to y and y assigned to x, so both are having the same value. Okay, so this is another way to assign a variable. Okay, simple way that you know, 90, that was 89, this is simple way. But here is x equals to y equals to, suppose that 100, so that is possible. So now one important thing, students, if I am going to print x, what will the output? Can you think about that? Okay, so I am going to print this, so it will print current value. Current value means whatever the latest value updated to the variable. Okay, it will not print 0 because it was older value. Y consider also older value, so here y will also 100. Suppose that if I am going to store x equals to 90, so let's see what will the x equals to 90, because 100 was older value, now x is current value. Okay, same way if I am going to print y will be 100, but it happens because y contain the 100 only. I have not done any kind of updation in y variable. Okay student, so we have learned today how to assign this one thing. And now two different value if you are going to assign to a particular variable. So what will happen, suppose that there is two variable, that is a comma b equals to, okay, 10 comma 20. Student, I have teach you, we can't use comma or whatever, but in this case it is considered that 10 assigned to a, 20 assigned to b. So that time we are declaring, I am say defining two, that is variable a and b, corresponds value are 10 and 20, so it is possible. Okay student, so here a, if you are going to print a will be 10, b will be 20, so there is no error in the such a time where we are going to use comma along with two different values. This is known as multiple assignment with multiple values. Okay, now next one thing, swap the value. Okay, swapping is, I will close this once again, Python. Okay student, in this particular program we will understand how to swap the value. It means to say, suppose that if I have two variable like x comma y equals to suppose that 10 comma 20, in a such way, if I am going to print the value of x, so what will the output? Definitely 10. If I print the value of y, definitely 20. So if I am going to swap them, I am to say I want to swap the value of x to y and y to x. It means to say whatever the value of x will assign to y and whatever the value of y is assigned to x. That means swapping. So I am going to provide you the comment here, simply swapping values. Okay, so if suppose that x contain 10 and y contain 20, then x will be 20 and y will be 10. So how it is possible? So student, this is comment, so it will not print the output. I am just using this one thing only. So suppose that I have typed this one code after this one thing. Now what to do? X comma y equals to y comma x. So now understand this particular concept student. Y containing value 20, x containing value 10. So in the place of y you can consider as 20, in the place of x you can consider 10. So y will place to the x, that is 20, and x consider as a assigned to the y, that is 10. So now after this one thing, sorry, I have just end this one thing. So x comma y equals to y comma x. Okay, after that if I will print x, 10 will be print, and y 10 will print. Okay student, this is known as swapping. So same thing I have explained here student. So here swap the value, whatever the value 2 3, okay, after that swapping, okay, x comma y equals to y comma x, so it will be print this one thing. And here is assignment can be chained also, this is chaining also multiple assignment also. Now student, we can consider object to variable identity, that is L value and R value. So in Python, every object is created as given number, okay, that uniquely identify. It is guaranteed that no two variable or object will have the same identifier during to the period of in which their lifetime overlap. Okay student, so it means to say if a variable x and y, okay, containing two different value, they do not contain the same value, I am to say same address. Okay, to do that student, we are going to just open a Python. Okay, inside that we have to create a variable like x equals comma y equals to 10 comma 20. So you know what is 10 and what is y. Okay, so now if I are going to just identify their location, so here is x equals to 1 whatever the 780, and here that is y, okay, here is 660. So it means to say if a value, okay, different value are there, so variable can be got the different address. Okay, these are what thing, memory address, which can be read by the Python interpreter. Okay, so this is known as this one thing, relation value, okay, that is R value. What about the L value? L value is nothing, L value is 10 and 20. Okay, so now we are going to consider if y also containing 10, so what will the ID of y? So let's see, here is ID of x and ID of y is same. Why? Because these two variables are labeling one value that is stored in a memory. Okay student, so here you can see that L value is literal value, okay, R value that is relational, or I am to say reference value, whatever. So these are known as what thing, particular L value and R value. Okay student, so built-in function are there, that is function ID, return the object integer identifier. Okay, using ID function you can verify two variable, okay, in same object. Understand student? So now we have understand today what is comment, okay, and how to install the Python software, I am to say ideally integrated development environment, and how to use comment, how to pass the different order of print message in single quote, double quote, triple quote. Okay, and we have understand naming rule of variable and L value and R value of the chapter. So till then, thank you and have a nice day student.